Hi everyone, welcome to practice report number 18 controlling a LED from a smartphone using Wi-Fi. And this is a practice using the ESP01, that is the one right here. And we are using a 330 ohms resistor and a LED. Those are the connections right there. The orange cable is the GND and the yellow cable is the GPIO number 16 is the last one from that line. And that's about that. Here, and this red cable right here is the 3.3 volts output from the Raspberry, is a VCC. What else? Well, those two, the black and the um, the sangria cable, are connected to the TX and RX from the ESP, and everything else is right connected to VCC in this line right there. So that's about it. Now I'm going to explain the code really quick. Here's the code. The most important part about this practice is to connect to Wi-Fi. To do that, you just need to add a series of commands on these functions that says connect to Wi-Fi. And for every case, it's going to be different. In my case, this is my internet, and this is the password for that internet connection. So first is going to reset the ESP01, that is the model for Wi-Fi. Then it's going to configure that to enter in the Wi-Fi mode. Here is going to put this command. Next is going to connect to Wi-Fi. To do that, is going to enter to my internet, and then is going to put the password to enter to that internet connection to my router. Then it's going to verify if we are connected correctly. So it's going to tell me if it didn't connect correctly to the Wi-Fi, and then it's going to configure the MUX. Then it's going to initialize the connection to UDP, and the next part is going to obtain the IP direction. I'm going to tell why you need the IP direction from the ESP in a bit, but this is the most easy way to get that IP. And later is going to give time to receive data, and finally is going to filtrate and obtain the IP direction, and then it's going to connect to the Wi-Fi. Connect to the Wi-Fi is all this here, all this function connect to Wi-Fi, and then it's going to print down connected. This is the principal program, and this is going to read any data, and if the booth has a value of 1, it's going to turn on the LED, and if the booth has a value of 0, then it's going to turn off the LED, and this is going to make it forever. Now, why did I say that you needed the IP from the ESP01? This is because we are going to manipulate the LED via our smartphone, and to do that we need the IP direction from the ESP01. So this is an easy way to get the IP. Once we have the IP, let me show you this. So this is the code, what it's doing when you make it run. First it says resetting the ESP01, then it's configuring in Wi-Fi mode, then it's connecting to Wi-Fi, then it's configuring the MUX, then it's initializing the UDP connection. Next is going to obtain the IP direction from the ESP01 that I told you before, and what else? Then it's going to say connected. This is the IP direction from the ESP01, right here. Okay, so we needed this to do this. Okay, so this is the app we are using. It's called UDP TCP connection or something like that, and we needed to make two packets. The first one we sent a 1 and the second one we sent a 0. Here I'm going to go to the details of this first package. Okay, right here in the IP address, you have to put the ESP01 IP address that you get from the code. In my case, it was 192.168.1.88. As you can see, it's the same one that I obtained from the code. And the port is 5000. That doesn't change. And that's the port we needed to connect it to the ESP01. Another thing to keep in mind is that we needed to put the protocol on UDP. The next thing, once you have the IP address and the port correctly using the UDP protocol, is to go to message. And in message, you can send any message you want. In my case, I'm using 1 and 0 for this practice. You have to put it on text. The message is just a 1. And don't forget to use the LFN in the terminator. And that's about it. You just have to put the check mark, and there you go. You have to do the same thing for the 0. You have to put the port and the IP address correctly using UDP. I'm going to open it so you can see. UDP, the IP address that we get from the code, and the port. Using the message as text format, we are sending a 0, and using the terminator LF. So we're gonna just put a check mark there. Okay, so I'm going to run the program again so you can see everything from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to terminate this right here. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to run it, and I'm going to open the shell a bit. Okay, so it's initializing. It's almost there. Obtain IP address, and it says connected right here. So we're already connected. So let's go with the practice. Let's go. So if I send a 1, it's going to turn on the LED. It says package sent, as you can see there, and if I send a 0, it's going to turn off the LED. Turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off. Now I'm going to show you what happened there. As you can see, it says datos recibidos, LED on, datos recibidos, LED off, on, off, on, off. I'm going to send another on so you can see in real time what is happening on the code. it says on. I'm going to send another off. So it's working properly. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in the next one.